Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is my hope and prayer that this video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I'm fine. The weather in Kisumu today is also fantastic. Maybe you could let me know where you are watching the video from. When Raila Odinga officially filed their petition at the Supreme Court of Kenya, there are several demands or requests which they made to the court. One of them is the forensic audit by the DCI following the arrest of the 3 Venezuelans who were suspected to have been part and parcel of the hacking scheme, because the 3 foreigners were found with election material days before the election. And the DCI have actually submitted the report. And that report, in my view, is driving the last nail on the coffin of Ruto and Chebukati and William Samoei Arap Ruto. Indeed, so far, Ruto and Chebukati, William Ruto, IBC, and others have filed their responses to the petition. And tomorrow, the process will begin. And in the next few days, I think in the next few days, Kenyans will be able to know whether the elections will be nullified or not. Remember, in 2017, the Supreme Court nullified the election of President Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto, but Raila Odinga never participated in the rerun. It is expected that in this particular election, that either they are going to declare Raila Odinga as the president-elect if vote recount will be conducted and Raila Odinga emerge the winner, or in most cases, what majority of Kenyans are expecting is that they are going to declare the elections null and void and a fresh one called. And I've been following this event very closely, and I've gone through Wafula Chebukati's response, that of the chairperson Cherera, that of Gulie. The one I've not gone through is for Hussein Marjan. I've also gone through the one for Justice Nyang'aya, which deals with ICT. And now I want us to focus on this particular report, forensic report. It is dated on the 5th of August. It's Director General, DCI, and it says, forensic analysis on electronic devices recovered from the 3 Venezuelans arrested at JKA on the 21st day of July 2022 while in possession of election materials. Now, that is the matter. These guys were found in possession of election materials. If you go through Cherera's submissions, she's alleging that Wafula Chebukati ordered additional IBC Form 31A, Form 34A to be printed. And that Form 31A, the second batch which Wafula Chebukati ordered, is what was used to rig the elections. Now, these guys are saying forensic analysis on electronic devices recovered from the 3 Venezuelans arrested at JKIA on 21st July 2022 while in possession of election materials were forcefully done on 25th July 2022. A review of the exhibit was done and the following facts were established. So basically they are saying they forcefully, was successfully done. Exhibits which they have, what they picked from these guys, is that they have 1 TB external hard disk. They have a hard disk, which means if they were using it for backup, they have that. They have 1 laptop from these guys. They have 6 flash disk. 3. Number 4, they also have 3 mobile phones. And they also have 1 tablet, They have one SIM card and they have one monitor. And because these guys were dealing with the election materials, it is highly suspected that the DCI managed to gather a lot of information. In 2017, the Supreme Court ruled that election is not an event, that election is generally a process. And in Kenyan election, it's both electronic and manual. You cast your vote manually, but you are identified electronically. Your result, the results will then be transmitted electronically, but also there's that physical, which is manual. So it's a mixture. And if one stage is compromised, then it has to be established that that particular part has been compromised. So the whole election will then be nullified. Now, I don't want to go to this exhibit because they are long. They're just explaining the 5 things. Like if it's the phone, what did they, what was in that phone? Like they are explaining that this phone had so many things. If it's a laptop, the model, the make, what was in that laptop, how it can be accessed. Yes, things like those. What they found, for example, in the laptop, what they found IBC database schematics diagram, the networks diagram, the KMSKit, IBC KMSKit deployment list, username and passwords, local IP addresses configurations, virtual private networks settings, smartmatics, mobile device management, all those they found. I'm just trying to go through so that you can see what they found in the documents. So like there is also the database system details, the database they have there, how it's IBC, the entire database is there. The KMSKit, the travel details they found there, settings for remote access to server if you want to access IBC server remotely. So basically this is the thing, that someone can sit somewhere very far away but still manage to access IBC servers. So they have the settings which you can use to do that. Then the IBC integrated database management system, all of it is here. Yeah, the IBC dashboard users, people who can use the dashboard, and this is where it's interesting. The 3 gentlemen are here. There are several others who are there. Several other people are there. Their email addresses are there. All of them. People, I think these are people who are managing. Very funny. And IBC system users access right. Now these ones are should be IBC staff local here. 3 people who have access. There is Ronald Chamwada, Abdi Hadir Malim, Oladime Dawo. Those are the users. 2 only belongs to IBC. Okay, the flash disk, what was there? That's not important. Not important. Several other things, yeah. What they found. Now, let us get now to the finding, because this is where the meat is. According to the DCI, their findings, they found that it was established that the laptop and the 1 TB external disk was found with IBC database, schematics diagram, IBC networks diagram, IBC KMSKit, IBC kit deployment list, username and password, local IP address configuration, and virtual private network settings. So it means these guys were actually working for IBC, but they were not directly working for IBC. Who are they working for? So number 2, they're also saying it was established that one Jose Gregorio Camaco Castrolelo is one of the IBC system administrators and in a position to remotely access the entire IBC data and has the capacity to add, delete, edit, manipulate in any manner the entire IEB system. So basically, our IEBC system is in the hands of a foreigner by the name Gregoria Camago Costellano, the foreigner who was arrested. What I'm not so sure about up to this stage, because someone was telling me, I'm not so sure whether this guy is still in the country or whether he was flown out of the country. That's something I'm still not so sure about. But from the information I have, there's a high chance that this gentleman is likely to testify as a witness. He's likely to testify as a witness. But for now, let's just proceed. I mean, this second finding is what is important. That a foreigner settled somewhere who can come into the country, meet someone in his apartment, you go to the election and you vote, the guy can decide that this system is not going to work at this point, he disables. Okay, now let it work. Let me delete this. Let me remove this. A foreigner. So that's what the DCI found. And Cherera is making certain allegations. You look at Justice Nyangaya's affidavit, it also mirrors what the DCI is saying. So if the Supreme Court will add 1+1, this alone will be enough to prove that the elections were not free, fair, that someone actually has ability to change IBC systems remotely. And one of the arguments being advanced by Azimio is that the forms were being uploaded, then they were held at a system somewhere before someone would then edit those forms before releasing them to IBC portals. So for me, this is very interesting. And it goes further to say it was established that the IBC system and data is managed by Smartmatics International and Limited Holdings. Now, Smartmatics developed this system. But now when you say that they manage it, then that's different. You know, normally when you contract a service provider, they should develop the system, then hand the system over to you for management. So ideally, the people who should manage the IBC systems should be IEBC. Smartmatics roles ended the day they deployed the system. None of them should even have access to that system. None. What should happen is that once they have paid their money, they deployed the system, they oversee, then they hand over the system to IBC. In this case, IBC system is not the property of IBC. It's managed by Smartmatics, and it says that it was established that the users who have administrative rights in the system are 21 in number, of which 19 are foreigners and only 2 Kenyans have access to the system. If you look, that's where now this dashboard is coming, and only 2 Kenyans. So we don't know whether these Kenyans, now there's this one here, Abdi Dahir Malim. His role is that he can he has access to register of voter list. He has access to that. Then the other one is called Ronald Chamwada. Has permission in all. He can do most of the things. But where is the ICT manager? He doesn't have access. So what was his role? He doesn't have access to this database. Is it because he was a Luo? Okay. Then we go to the other findings, which is also very interesting, that it was established that the confiscated exhibit had substantial information held in the IBC system are in full control of foreigner, employees of Mathematics International Holding, and Seamless Limited, who have been contracted by IBC. So basically, Seamless. That's why the Seamless guy was also arrested. You remember the Seamless guy, the guy who was dealing with the logistics of bringing these guys, and Wafula Chebukati defended the guy in the name of being Wafula Chebukati defended the guy because according to Wafula Chebukati, this guy was a local partner, which was never disclosed in the contract. So a lot of things, and these are the opaqueness Cherera was talking about. And it says the exhibit, especially iPhone 13 Max Pro and laptop, are unlike any other ordinary devices, as they are highly encrypted and most probably used in secure communication. So these three gadgets, the phone is highly protected. I think they even tried to access it. They could not, and it was established that the two other phones had calls families. It was established that the flash disk had IBC data related to what was recovered from the laptop. And so basically those were just backups. And it was established that the two other phones had call logs, family videos, documents in Spanish languages. So maybe the other phone is the one they're using to communicate with their people. So let us wait for the case to begin. It will be interesting and I think we will enjoy. But for me, I'm highly disappointed in IEBC. You can't have an entire system being managed by foreigners. So it means someone can go and purchase shares in that foreign company. They'll be seated somewhere in Greece. As you vote for them, they'll just be editing. Or they'll be seated somewhere, make an arrangement with another party. Because mathematics has a history of rigging elections in other parts of the country. That's my take. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.